Well guys, we have finally made it. This has been about 2 years in the planning, but we are finally here. Where is here? Here is the Ozarks. We have traveled, and yes, there is a we. My dad is with me for this trip. We have traveled all the way out here to the Ozarks in Arkansas. And guys, it has been an awesome start to the trip. Now this morning we camped right here, and this is a really cool campsite. And it was a little bit of a hunt to find, but this was a cool campsite because of this reason right here. Boom. Look at that water, guys. It is so blue, and it is awesome to be able to actually see these things firsthand at last. You watch all sorts of other YouTubers and other videos, and we want to see it for yourself, and I finally get to, and I'm so excited. And it has been peaceful. It rained on and off throughout the night, but it has been awesome out here. But what is the plan? So like I've said in previous videos, we are doing the Ozark Overland Adventures Overland route through the Ozarks. Once again, thank you, Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures, for making this route. It is going to be super fun. It is going to be challenging here and there. I've got lots of different campsites marked out, lots of different things to go and try and view and see as we're out here. And guys, honestly, just have a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of swinging of the camera, obviously, and my dad will be doing a good portion of the driving, like always, and it is going to be awesome. I can't say it enough how excited I am and how awesome this is going to be. Now, we did drive a little bit on the trail system already to get up to this point. We've done like a good chunk of trail. We got here about 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, and we started into the trail because we had to get to camp. And honestly, this was like our first campsite. We saw it, we're like, okay, this is cool, let's go up to the next one. And all of my other campsites had people already in it. And that is, you know, kind of happens when you get in here on a Friday. So today we will be looking for camping. If once you know, the like 2 o'clock mark hits, and if we find a campsite, we're just going to take it. And if we like it, we're going to take it. Just because it is going to be the weekend. I don't know how busy it is going to be out here, but just based off of how yesterday night was, it was kind of crazy. But guys, this is going to be so much fun. I'm very excited. But right now, have been taking our time this morning. We're in zero rush at all. But here in a little bit, we're going to start packing up camp, everything like that, and we're gonna get back on the trail. We have a lot of ground to cover, and we have no real set agenda via time-wise to cover it. We've given ourselves 8 days to do all this. It's not gonna take us 8 days, but it also means we're not in any kind of rush, hurry, gonna be blasting through the trail to try and get as much of something done in one day as we can. It's just not gonna happen. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna stop, see things, just take our time and enjoy it while we're out here, because it was a very long drive to get out here with 40-mile-an-hour headwinds the whole way, getting like 7 miles to the gallon. So I'm in no rush to hurry up, try and see this beauty, and then get back on the highway. No, we're gonna soak this in and absolutely enjoy it. Hey guys, we are all packed up. Everything is loaded. Takes a little extra because we got all sorts of other things up on top of the Jeep, and it's time to get back on the trail. So the trail's here. We already went that way the other day. There's a story behind it all. But now it's time to go back this way so we can jump back on to where we need to and continue on. Okay guys, we are on the move. We're on the trail. Most of it right now is a county road. Remember how I was saying most of this is somewhere between a 1 and a 4 at times. We've seen some of the little spots that could be like a 3 or 4 yesterday, but right now this is just a county road, so it's really simple. We have had to do a couple backtracking because one spot, it was a beautiful campsite, someone was already there, but it was a massive water crossing, but the other side, the trail was blocked off, whether it was because the trail has been blocked off so you can't go, or because of trees falling over, the water pushed it there and it got stuck, so we couldn't cross there, which was fine. And then this morning, we were going down another part and there was no more trail for it, so like there was some debris off to the side that kind of blocked what looked like a beginning, but then we couldn't see any other aspect of it, so that is that. So right now we are trekking on our path still, and I will let you know when we finally actually get to some more of the trail aspect of things, because right now it's just not. Guys, this is one of the scenic overlooks. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it's so quiet out here, so peaceful. This is awesome. Now, as I said before, we've been doing quite a bit of backtracking in little areas. And a bunch of this so far has been county road. Now I am doing, you know, there's no, I guess, correct way of which way you go. I'm saying that I'm doing it backwards. We started near Russville and things like that, so we're going this, you know, kind of backwards, and we'll end up in the mountains and stuff like that. But so far it's been a lot of county roads. It's not super exciting. You know, it's super pretty. The scenery is absolutely gorgeous. The roads are, it's a county road. It's like anything else, Forest Service road. But it is absolutely beautiful. And down there, I just noticed there's some water. You guys will see it. It is awesome. But we are cruising along, guys. It has been a beautiful day. It's nice and overcast. It's like 50-something degrees. It's not like freezing cold or anything. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. This wouldn't be the last amazing view on this adventure. The Ozarks is such a hidden gem, and it has so many things to see. You just have to look, and throughout the course of this adventure, we will find even more of them. But for now, we got to get back on the trail and keep pushing, because our hope is to get away from these county roads. at this point, we are here on the map. And it's been nothing but county roads, Forest Service roads, super easy until this point right here. We started getting into some deeper mud bogs, which made it more fun. Keep it just that right there. Keep coming. Just walk it up. Nice and easy. Well guys, we have found what will be camp. We're actually in camp a little early. It's about 3 o'clock, but one of the main reasons we came to camp early is because it is Saturday and we have seen not a ton of people, but enough people to know that if we didn't find camp early, we probably would, you know, be struggling to find a camp that I had marked on the map. So we found camp early, which is going to be great because we're getting some stuff so we can have a fire. We can take our time setting up, and honestly guys, it's been a lot of time in the vehicle, so it's been great. Today so far though, it's been a lot of county roads, some blacktop. We had a few little technical sections. It hasn't been super difficult though, in a sense of for the grand scheme of how today's been, but we'll get more into that later on. But right now we're gonna finish finding stuff for fire and make camp, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Got camp set up, everything's going. Right now my dad has got the fire going and we are cooking chicken. We're making barbecue chicken tonight, which will be super yummy. But this has kind of been it for the day. Today, like I said, has been a lot of just driving on a bunch of county style roads. There was some asphalt in there, which some of the asphalt, I think when Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures designed this route, it wasn't asphalt at the time in some places, because that asphalt looked really, really fresh. But it's been a fun day. It has been really fun. We had a few areas where it was just really technical, but not impossible, and it's just been a great day. And then getting in the camp, guys, early and being able to just relax and enjoy has been absolutely worth it. Also, our big, huge Raj Mahal, if you will. It's like the Taj Mahal, guys. This thing's huge on the inside. Here, let me show you. But this tent has been working excellent for both me and my dad. It has given us a ton of space to be able to spread out and just enjoy. It's way more relaxing. And there's my dad cracking open a soda. But look at this, guys. It is huge in here. Yeah. So we have a ton of space, which is great because we both have Lost Horizon sleeping mattresses, which are super comfortable. You know, we have lots of space that's spread out. It's just a way more comfortable setup, and it is super nice. And it's just as easy as my T4 hub tent to set up. Just pull up the sides and put the rainfly on. The rainfly does require a little more effort because it's so big, and you do have to stake it down on both sides. You can roll it up, but there's nothing that really hooks it on this side, so if you just roll it up and it gets windy, the rainfly can fly right off. So that's been working great, guys. And the Jeep is super muddy because we've been going through a lot of mud bogs and just a bunch of different water. This has been a blast, and we're only on, what, day 2 of being out here? This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. But we're going to hang out, cook up some food, eat, and just enjoy the rest of our evening, guys. And I will see you all in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is a little chilly out here, and it's also windy, and I think that's why it's so chilly. That's why I got my hood up. My head is cold. But it's been a very good morning. We've seen the sun and some blue skies on and off. The clouds keep rolling in and out as we've been going through this morning. So far we have had breakfast, coffee, and we're slowly getting ourselves ready for today. And today's goal is to hit another section of the trail. Things like that, see what else we can see. There's some waterfalls, some old buildings and things that are marked on this route that will be really cool to see. I have no idea what the trails are actually going to be like. I'm hoping they'll be a little more trail-ish than yesterday was, but we'll see. But this morning we still got to air up the tires because we still have to hit some pavement and some other county roads and things like that to get to the next section of this overland route. So we're going to air up the tires and then we'll take them down later. We got to take down the tent still. We got to pack up the awning. We got to pack up everything. We're just getting there. Like I said, we are in zero rush to do anything fast. We're not. We're just taking our time. We're enjoying it. And it's been quite pleasant. Now, last night was a little bit noisy throughout the night just because of the wind was blowing the trees, and all these trees are really young, skinny trees, and they bang into each other. Branches were breaking and falling off. It was a little noisy, I'll be honest with you, but it wasn't terrible. And then, like I said, this morning we woke up, it's just a little chilly. But that is what we got going on today, guys. And so we are going to finish doing what we need to do here so we can get ourselves back on the trail, because it's going to be another fun-filled day. Don't know if we'll quite get to a camp as early as we did yesterday, just because it is Sunday today. I doubt most people have a Monday off because there's no holiday. So we're hoping that the trail will be a little less busy in essence of finding camp, but we will make that call later on throughout the day. But for now, we're gonna finish cleaning up from breakfast, everything I said. So I'll see y'all just a little bit.
In just a span of a couple of days, me and my dad have this whole routine of collapsing this big old T8 hub tent down. It does take two people. If you were to do it by yourself, it's going to take quite some time because it is quite large, and everything, as you can see, doesn't just go together nicely with just one person. It does require at least two people, but we have this down, and now our system is really, really fast.
All right, guys, camp, as y'all can see, it's cleaned up. The Jeep is loaded and ready to go. So it's time to get ourselves on the road and get moving on to the next segment of the trail. It's gonna be fun. I venture it's gonna take us probably like 20 minutes to get to the next segment of this whole overland route. And so I may not film quite all of it, but you guys will be, like always, you guys will get parts of it as we go. But I'm hoping today is a little more exciting and less county road, but we will see. I have no idea. So let's get ourselves on the trail.
At this point in our journey, we have had a ton of blacktop. I mean, a lot of blacktop trying to get from different trail points in the Ozarks. And here on the map, this red segment right in front of you starts here and ends here, and it is nothing but blacktop. And it takes us till we get to this point to hit back onto a trail. And honestly, guys, we were really debating some of the trail segments because we were really hoping to stay off of blacktop the most. And in the end, it wasn't the case.
Well, what I thought was going to be road for continuous on and on and on actually isn't. It's actually a trail, which is awesome. So we ended up airing back down. And this trail is beautiful. It's not a Forest Service road, a county road. It's an actual trail. And we have started climbing up a little bit again. And we have been in trees, open field areas, guys. It is just, look. Absolutely beautiful out here, and it's sunny and clear, and we're already over like 55 degrees, which is awesome. So let's go see where this takes us. I have no idea. I have not a clue. There we have some stops along the way that we will stop at, and I will show you guys. Let's see what this trail has in store. Well guys, it is absolutely beautiful out here. I can't believe it. And with the sun being out, it gives such a different feel than the last 2 days where it's been really overcast. It's been really nice, but it's been overcast, and today is just sunny blue skies. The temperature is much warmer. It is awesome. Now we did have to do a little bit of backtracking to get to the point that we are on now. The road ended, we were on this awesome trail like I was telling you guys, and then the trail ended back at pavement. Once again, we think a lot of this pavement wasn't there at one point. I think it was more like a county road, but took it down a ways and we are back onto the route again. And it's been basically like a Forest Service road for the most part. It's not super difficult whatsoever, guys. Literally through this whole trip, I think we've hit like 2 areas that were considered kind of technical, and one of them was, and the other one was just water crossing. A little challenging, not by much, but nothing has been overly stressing to get through, and pretty much, maybe except for the one spot, a stock vehicle could have gotten through. And even in that one spot, if you would have just chose the line well, you probably would have scraped just a little bit, but that was about it, guys. It has been awesome out here, and this route hasn't been disappointing. There's a lot of backtracking, don't get me wrong, but it's not disappointing at all. It's really, really beautiful and really fun. He designed it well, and we've been enjoying it. Okay, guys, so we have run into a slight issue. We turned back onto a section of the trail that we were supposed to be on for the route, and it ended up taking us back to part of the trail we did yesterday, and we're not redoing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to air up the tires on the Jeep. First off, we're in this little pretty camp area. There's some water down there. I'll show you guys in a second. We're going to air up the Jeep because we're going to be driving on the road a bit. We're going to shoot up the road to, I think is going to be another Forest Service road, county road, and we're going to shoot that across so we're off pavement to get to a section of trail that I know we have not touched. We're just going to get rid of trying to hit all this area of trail that we've done. And here in a second, you're going to see a map that's going to appear, and I'm going to tell you all about the crap that we are cutting off. Because we've done it. We've either done it or we haven't touched like a part of it, but it keeps reconnecting with the same trails, and I'm tired of backtracking. So we are going to air up road, crossing fingers for Forest Service County Road, over to where we need to be, and I'm praying that we're going to stay off the pavement the rest of the time we're out here. I'm really hoping, because this is getting slightly annoying. But that's what we're going to do. It's still been fun. It's still great, but I'm getting a little annoyed by this. And here's your water that I was telling you about.
Now, I mentioned backtracking. Here is a red segment in front of you once again. And honestly, this segment connects you all the way over to this point here to where you can start to where there's no more backtracking. Here's the issue. That red segment, you do it in the first day or in the second day, whatever day. We did it the day before, so we were just backtracking again to get to another trail. So we had to do a little bit of changing to get to where there was no more backtracking.
Well, we ran into a snag, a little snag. My lovely Morphlate system that I've been telling you guys has been working great. The motherboard just fried itself while trying to air up the tires. Yep. And we know it's the motherboard because we took it apart and looked at it because it stopped working randomly. It put about, I don't know, almost 10 psi of pressure into all the tires, and then it just stopped. So we looked, I smelt something, I was like, what the heck? We took it apart, we let it cool off, nothing was loose, nothing was wrong. You know, where the motherboard was, we put the little plastic things back over top of the motherboard and turned it back on. It filled for a half a second and then just completely started smoking. You flipped off the off switch, it was still running. I had to disconnect it from the battery. Yeah, so it is completely taking a crap. The motor parts seem fine, it's just the motherboard, it smells fried. So we will see what Morphlate says when I reach out to them, because that's annoying. I'm just very glad that it's not a true critical component of the Jeep. Like, don't get me wrong, having an air up system, you air down your tires, you have an air up system, like that's the whole point of it. But we can get ourselves to where a gas station is to fill up our tires at the end. But I'm just glad it's not one of my major components, but it's still very, very much irritating. And I will let you guys know what happens after this adventure on everything. And the other thing that makes this even worse is we used it this morning and it worked perfectly fine to air up the tires. Yeah. That makes it sting just a little bit more. It's irritating. Alright guys, I just wanted to interrupt the video because I told you I would tell you what the outcome of the Morphlate thing was. And also here's Taro. He's being needy. So I got a hold of Morphlate, told them what happened, and they were super, super helpful, guys. They sent me out a brand new air inflation system. Sent me out a new one with return postage, and I sent them back my old system, the one that decided to take a crap on me in the middle of this adventure. So I have a brand new system. It works great. I've had no issues with it. I've used it once already, so it's been awesome. But I did want to let you guys know that Morphlate was really, really awesome. The product was within their within the warranty span, because they do your product does get a 1-year warranty where they'll replace it and things like that. So mine was literally at the cusp of ending, and they were able to help me out. I got a brand new system, sent in the old one. I don't know what the outcome of that will be. Maybe they'll tell me. I have no idea. But I just want to let you guys know that I do have a new system. Morphlate were super, super helpful when I told them what happened. So that has all been taken care of, and I'm happy. I don't have to buy a new system. So let's get back to the video. We are back on the trail system, guys. Zero backtracking anymore. At least according to the route, we have a straight path. We should not be backtracking at all. There's nothing. What the trail's in store, I don't know. Right now, this is still a Forest Service road that we're on, honestly. But it is almost, what time is it now? Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. Today's just flying by. So we are gonna keep our eye out for camp. There's lots of campsites I have marked. We're gonna look and see what they look like. We're in no big hurry to stop early for camp or anything. It is Sunday, like I said this morning. But we're gonna keep trucking along, seeing what this has in store. There should be some waterfalls that we see. He's being shaken to death, apparently. And yeah, it's beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. fun little section of trail, and this trail it just keeps getting better. It's not like any of the other trails where it was a wide county road, Forest Service road, or it just got into a little part of the trail. This is completely different, and it just keeps going, and it is awesome. I am having an absolute blast of a time on here. Now, we are running low-ish on the fuel aspect, so we are debating whether we put the 5 gallons of gas from the jerry can in and see what it does, or if we continue on down the road some and jump onto what I'm taking as a Forest Service road. We'll see when we get there, and then head back into, I think it's Russellsville, to get fuel and come back, and we'll end up back right where we left off, because we'll come back the same exact way. We're gonna make that call when we find that Forest Service road, is what I'm hoping it is, because we may get fuel, we may not. I haven't decided, but I'll let you know what we decide. But right now, guys, this is awesome. Okay, so this isn't quite a Forest Service road. It is more or less a trail, that little thing that I was telling you about. But we are going to take it and see. Hopefully it'll go all the way down to where I'm hoping it'll go. If it goes all the way down there, we're going to get fuel, and not use the jerry can just yet. But we will see. This is narrowed out quite a bit.
Hour later,
Jeep is filled up right back where we left off. This is that lovely Forest Service road. This was the little road trail that we went off on. We're back to where we left off, literally where we left off. So it is almost 3 o'clock, which means it's time to start looking for camp. Now, I have some that are marked out on here, some that were marked on here for the route. We're going to chug along and see what we find, see how busy it is. We have seen more people today than we have the last few days, but it is also Sunday afternoon. Most people are probably heading home. Fingers crossed, that's our hope. But let's go find out and see what's out there. I have no idea. Got out to film the Jeep, see how deep a mud hole was. My foot caught a root and it slipped in. Oy. Now it smells funny. Just smells funny. Okay. Perfect. Good. Found it. It took a little bit, and we kept driving because some of the campsites we saw, few were taken, some weren't so good. But we got the tent set up, we got stuff to start a fire, we got the Jeep. But this campsite is awesome. You wanna know why this campsite is awesome? Because we came across this, and it is just a massive, massive, picturesque view. This view is awesome. This is sweet. And you can tell when the water is actually up way higher, because this is normally under. There's a rope swing right over there. Guys, this place is absolutely beautiful. I can only imagine what this is like when this is just full of water. It is gorgeous. Now this campsite was a little trashy. There's lots of trash everywhere. We've picked up some of it, but we can't pick up all the trash. It's really gross. But it is really, really beautiful. Also, there's a bunch of stagnant water over there on the other side of the Jeep, way back towards the entrance, that we were smart enough not to drive through because it's probably full of mosquitoes. But guys, cannot ask for a cooler campsite than this. Love camping near water. It is awesome. But right now we are getting ready to finish putting stuff in the tent, all of our bedding and things like that. Then we'll start the fire, start getting dinner cooked. We're making chicken sausage and pasta, some kind of Cajun-ish dish. I don't know. I'll show you guys what it turns out to be. I'm not quite sure what it is. I didn't plan the menu, but this is gonna be awesome, guys. Rushing water again. We're away from the road, so come check this out. Actually, let me show you guys this. We walk down with all this here. Let me show you guys this. So that right there was a bridge we came over. And what's funny is that bridge isn't very, very steep at all. And just because that bridge isn't very steep at all, just coming down to here and then walking down this part puts you this low. It's awesome out here, guys. I've been loving being out here in the Ozarks. It's really beautiful. There's been times where we've been driving and it just feels like something from like the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit going through the forest. It's been beautiful. But I will check in with you guys when we get dinner going. Alright guys, we got dinner going. And this will be pasta. However, I told you all it was chicken and sausage pasta. Once again, I had some iffy chicken. This is the third time now I've taken chicken out. It's completely frozen. I put it in the Jeep and I told it to use it like 2 or 3 days later, and you know, because it took a whole day and a half for it to thaw, and the chicken is it's just absolutely terrible. You open it up and it's just nasty. So we're improvising. We're using some steak with the sausage in the pasta, seasonings. It'll be great. I'll show you the end result. But once again, 3 trips in a row. 3 trips in a row. Iffy chicken. I've had enough of chicken. No more chicken on my trips. It's banned unless it's cooked already. No more. There be dinner. Nothing exciting, really, but it actually is super yummy. Morning, guys. It is cold. It's like, I don't know, it's in the high 30s right now, which I was not expecting. When I did all the weather checks, it was supposed to be like low 50s, high 40s, somewhere in there, but it's like 38 degrees right now. So it's a little chilly. Wasn't quite prepared for that kind of weather, but hey, you know, we're surviving. The sun, as you can see, it's probably on my jacket. It is starting to try and come up, but it needs to crest the tree line a little bit more, and then I'll feel much warmer. But It was a great night. I slept great. The rushing water, guys, this was just a super, super peaceful campsite, and it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And to wake up this morning and just get to watch the sunrise over these trees. Look at this. The sun's just coming up over the trees there. It is beautiful. Let's see if I can get you all pointed up just a hair more. Yeah. It is absolutely spectacular. I've been enjoying it. But today we are going to be conquering the last leg of this adventure. You know, the last part of this Ozark Overland trail system. It's, like I said before, it was broken into 5 different stages through the course of, supposedly 5 days. And the fact that I kind of did it backwards according to the map, because each thing has a stage for, each day. We kind of did it backwards, and I'm glad we did, because the first day was a lot of county roads, blacktop, just a lot of backtracking back and forth to hit different parts. I'm glad we did that. The first day, yesterday, was super fun. And then the day we got here, we did a whole section of trail too. It has been awesome, but we have one more section today. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be more Forest Service style roads or more trails. We just don't know. It's all a big mystery until we get there. So it could take us all day to do this last section. It could take us a few hours. But I don't know. But we're going to have a lot of fun doing it, and I'm still bringing you guys along for this, so it'll be absolutely awesome. Then after that, it'll be the fun trip home. It took a while to get out here, and we got to head back down to where my dad lives, so we got about 19-hour drive from the Ozarks back to his house. So it's going to be a long drive. But guys, I've been absolutely loving this. This has been worth the wait for 2 years, and if you've never been out to the Ozarks, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is absolutely awesome. You wouldn't think you were in Arkansas one bit. In the middle of nowhere in the United States. You would not know that. It is beautiful. But guys, we're going to finish drinking up our coffee, making some breakfast, and then we're going to pack up and get back on the trail. It'll be a little bit though. For you guys, it'll be like a second. Jeep is all nice and packed up. Camp is cleared. It's going to be hard to leave this campsite because it is awesome, but we must press on. So what we're going to do, hop back on the trail, see what's in store. I'm hoping that it's not a bunch of county roads and Forest Service roads, but I don't know. Didn't create the trail. We're discovering it. It's been fun so far. By the time we get to the end of the trail, I'll give you my thoughts on this whole trail system, my thoughts on the campsites that we were at and the whole thing. But for now, let's get moving. I'm ready to roll. It's 10 o'clock. We've been taking our time, enjoying the morning. The sun is finally in the sky. It has warmed up, obviously. So let's get going, guys. Okay, well, to say the least, we did a water crossing where we had to drive up the creek, the river, whatever you want to call it, up a bit. But we must have turned off onto this, you know, the first trail we saw too early, and there was a different trail. And we ended up following it up and realized that we weren't on the one, but we kept following this trail we were on to get to where we needed to get to. And then we magically re-merged with the trail we needed to be on way earlier than what it said on the maps. So we're a little confused, but we're like, okay, let's keep going.
Hey, we're on the right trail.
Yeah, we're on the right trail now. It's just, you know, it was one of those moments where you sit there and you take another trail and you go, and you end up back on your trail going, how the hell? Yeah, that was it. Sorry guys, sometimes I try and film, but when I have to give directions, I stop looking at the camera and I realize you guys aren't pointing at anything. Whoops. This part of the trail has become blacktop again. So we got off the trail for like all of a second, we were on blacktop, and then we turned off and it was gravel, and then went right back to blacktop. So I don't know. We're hoping that it'll turn back. I bet it does, it's just way further up, because I guarantee at one point this was just a Forest Service County road that they then paved again. There's been a lot of that on this trail. But right now we're just passing a bunch of, you know, private properties. People live out here and things like that. But it's been fun. That last area had a lot of water crossings, which made it really fun. A lot of going, where the hell does this trail actually pop out? Because it wasn't clear. I had to do a little walking. I got wet a little bit. It happens. But it's been fun. We're going to continue on and cross our fingers we see dirt here real soon. So far, it's been just over half an hour of this very well-maintained service/Forest Service road. That's what it's been. Honestly, it's been very pretty. It's gorgeous. We've seen lots of different little off-the-road campsites, which would be way too loud to actually stay in. But it's just easy going. Nothing like exciting, nothing really technical. We're in two-wheel drive. Been in two-wheel drive for over 30 minutes now. So we're just gonna keep trucking along this, guys. We are cranking out this last part of the trail system. So decisions will be made when we get towards the end, unless this magically gets more technical. We'll see. I'll keep bringing you guys along. I'm just not going to keep showing you a bunch of Forest Service roads, though. Honestly, it doesn't truly change much. But this has been a very, very pretty drive. Well, it just got a little more exciting. We have a water crossing and we had to do a walk. My dad walked the water because one area that we popped out in, the water was over 4 feet deep, and another area here where it's about 2.5, 3 feet deep. So this is where we're gonna cross. So here we go. salute you. That's how deep the water was. Old man walked it in his jeans. Yeah, back over there, guys, right? Literally, oh, back over there some. We'll pass it, I'll show you. The water was at least over 4 feet deep, so that'd have been a little more than what I would have been comfortable with in the Jeep. Probably could have done it, but no snorkel, things like that. You just want to be careful. There's the tide line. That's where we just hit. Pretty cool. Okay, guys. Though we're crossing some little waters. That was the other crossing. That right there is just over 4 feet deep. Right there. It's, yeah, it was something. This whole area gets really deep in the middle. So we made wise decisions, wise decisions. Now back to the trail. Well, that's blacktop, and the main road is just on the other side of those trees. And that brings us to the end of our Ozark adventure. This has been an absolutely fun trip. I have had an absolute blast getting to see all sorts of stuff I've never got to see in person. We've camped in some amazing places, and it has just been a fun time hanging out with my dad, just taking the Jeep places it's never been. It has been so much fun. Now, my thoughts on the whole Ozark aspect. The Ozarks are amazing. Like I said earlier, if you haven't been out here and you want to, do it. It is beautiful out here. It is awesome. Now, my thoughts on the whole trail system that Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures made. It was really good. The whole time, there was never a place that you couldn't go. Like, it was all passable. My one thing is there was... Okay, my whole thoughts on the trail system that Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures made. It's really good, and at no point is it impassable. Like, you can always get through it. We've done it all. My only issue is there was way too much aspects of blacktop in it, and there was a lot of backtracking. Way too much backtracking, just in my opinion. Now, back when he made this several years ago, I bet there was not quite as much, and there probably wasn't as much asphalt or county roads that are well maintained, but it sure is now. But it was a lot of fun, and like I said, guys, at no point was this impassable. There were a few spots where, yes, there's an ability to go around to a shallower area to do the water crossing, but at no point was anything impassable, not doable. It was awesome. So I did enjoy the route. I'm going to do some fixing to it for my own route, just because there are some modifications and more waypoints need to be added to the route for information detail wise, because there's a lot of different turns that were never marked, and there's little, there's a landmark there at the turn that if there was some info, it made it way easier. But that's about it, guys. But thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, guys. I got a goal of 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is for me. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, guys. Check out my other social media accounts. That's where all the updates happen, guys. They're in the description below, along with parts that I use on that Jeep behind me. Otherwise, thank you all for joining me, and I'll catch you all next time out on the trail.